Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the best pets that Games Workshop has ever made. I am very well aware that they have made a lot of different pets for games like Underworld and also for Age of Sigmar, and I think some for 40k as well, some little pug or something for the Imperial Guard. But none of them come close to the honorable bomb delivery rat for the House of Faith Cawdor in Necromunda. These guys are the all-stars of the pet universe in Warhammer. Just look at them. Aren't they extremely cute? They are also very useful in the game. So therefore, today this video is all about talking about the rats as well as painting them. So, shall we begin? I started this off with a black base coat and then just a quick zenithal as well as some contrast paints, namely I think snakebite leather for the fur, and then also salmon fury from scale 75 on the skin, and the bases were just pretty much brushed over with some gunmetal grey from Vallejo. After that base I just started layering up with different skin tones. I'm pretty much sure this is the sunny skin tone from Vallejo mixed with a little bit of light grey, and I'm just gonna add some more grey as I go along. These miniatures are really small. That's a 25mm base, so here brush control actually matters somewhat, even though I'm not a master of it. I will never be a master of that. What will make this paint job look kinda good is that we actually paint every single detail on them, even though they are quite small. That's very important, guys. It doesn't matter what model you're painting, but if you do not paint every single detail that is visible, that will make the model look a little bit sloppy. And while I'm just going over the model and highlighting the colors and pretty much making sure it looks decent at least for the tabletop, let's talk about the bomb delivery rat. Other pets might have their uses. I've played against some of them in Underworlds, and I've played with some of them in Underworlds. I've also used sort of a pet when I play my Blades of Khorne army in Age of Sigmar, because my Khorne Lord has a pet with him, a good little doggy. But compared to these guys, they're not even close. These guys have the best utility in-game that I have so far had with any pet. Being able to put these guys on every single brethren in your gang, as well as your bone pickers and your champions, is amazing. I think it's 30 credits for the rats, and that allows you to release one of them per turn. My favorite is to put a blasting charge on them. That makes them a 6-inch walking bomb with a 5-inch blast radius. Just release one of those, watch it walk straight into your opponent's center of the gang, and see the terror in their eyes as you say that this is gonna blow them all to pieces. One little tiny rat can cause so much damage. And it's not just good in game, it's also extremely cool and fun to do. Even if you fail that initial intelligence test to deploy the rat and make it walk the way you want, it's gonna walk random, and random is always fun. Seeing this thing cruising along the battlefield and potentially killing yourself and your enemy at the same time, that's just, I don't know, chef's kiss, I guess. In my last game, my leader was pretty much stuck behind a barricade, and he was popping out one of these things every single round and aiming them directly at my opponent Eric's enforcers. All those blasting charges really gave him a headache. For the fur here, I pretty much just added some gray to a brown color, and I'm kind of almost dry brushing it on. It's not that peculiar or spectacular way of doing it, but it works. It's gonna make the fur look sort of damp and dirty. Back to the awesomeness of the bomb rat. Just equip your guys with bomb rats and give them some sort of grenade. I know the blasting charge is kind of expensive, but it's also very good. But any grenade actually does the trick pretty well. Once your opponent realizes that there are so many rats on the table that he can't really take care of them all, and that they are all able to climb terrain as if it wasn't there, the horror is going to be extremely fun for you. These guys, they are terror. They really make a mess of your opponent's tactics and their way of moving. They want to avoid these guys as well as they possibly can. And also remember, shooting them is like -1 to hit because they're so small. And if you want another excuse to get to use them, look at the sculpts. These are amazing. There's so much character in these. The sculptors really did look at how rats actually like do things, I guess, because they really look like they are sort of animated in the same way a rat would be. Or perhaps I'm just biased and really like the way they work and the concept of a small rat being trained to deliver bombs to your enemies. That's just amazingly fun and cool. I really like the variety of grenades and bombs that they come with as well. And that they have that little candle on their head so that they can see where they're going, I guess, because that's very important. Also, an open flame next to dynamites and grenades and things. I don't even know, man. That's awesome. And here I am painting some black paint over all the leather strips that they have, tying the grenades and bombs to their bodies. I'm going to highlight this with a light gray. It's not going to be that much. It only needs like a edge to separate it from the rest of the miniature. Since I'm old, I am not very good at highlighting and painting these small things. Perhaps if you're younger and a little bit steadier on your hand, you are able to do it, but for me, that's not a thing. And of course, we're doing red for the dynamites, because Acme, everybody knows that dynamites are always red, right? And here you can also see that I made the tail a little bit different by glazing in a dark pink magenta color to make it stand out from the rest of the skin. And some more of those black strips holding it all together. This is the easy part. Getting the gray on it later on though, that was kind of, let's just say, it was more difficult, especially on camera. Man, I need to learn how to paint on camera. And while we're on the discussion of small things, let's just highlight the squares on the hand grenades that this rat has. That seems like it's a good idea. I don't know, but I did it. I actually did it. Also, at the end of it, I also actually managed to paint in the eyes with the red color. And here we go with the gray highlights of the black ribbons. I don't think I really managed to do this very well. It's not gonna be that bad once you step away a little bit and look at it on the table, but up close, yeah, this does not really hold out very well. But I'll show you it anyways, because I'm an honest kind of YouTuber painter guy, and I want you to see when things also don't actually work out the way I perhaps want it to. And while I'm at it, I'm also highlighting the candle, just adding some lighter gray onto it to make it look more like a candle with some shades and some shape to it, making sure that I actually paint the wick/flame as well. I did the rest of these miniatures off camera. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't do it on camera anymore. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will come back. Watch some of my pictures from my gaming table with my enforcers as adversaries that are about to have a very, very bad day. Enjoy, and if you like it, subscribe and comment or something. It's all appreciated. Thank you, and have a nice day.